Hello everyone, happy Monday and welcome to the vlog. This Monday we've got a special vlog and it is going to be covering a majority of our animals as per a request from one of our viewers, which is great. I love the request. It gives me a topic to discuss and not here scratching my head thinking what am I going to shoot. So it's a good opportunity to share with you what each animal is, and I might even go through and tell you a little backstory about how I got it or anything like that. Plus I've got some food put aside for some of the snakes that aren't breeding, so you get a bit of a snake feed as well, which is pretty awesome. So with that said, let's get straight into it. So of course we've got our Woma pythons, which I've spoken about a fair bit, and they're obviously breeding. I got them from a friend, Dean, and if you're watching this, Dean, thank you again for the Womas. They are absolutely fantastic, and it looks like the Woma has a few eggs already, which is great. These guys I won't be feeding obviously because they're in the breeding cycle, and some people do feed them during the breeding cycle, but it's best not to, as they can, I guess there's no scientific proof that I know of that it can damage any of the breeding cycle or any of the egg development, but obviously some snakes can eat, as you know, they still need the nutrients to help the eggs develop, grow, and then obviously egg laying is a big strenuous exercise for the female, so it depends on the species. But I generally don't feed the females just so I know that that bump in their stomach is not a prey item instead of eggs, which I can show you as well. So as you've seen from many of the other vlogs, we've got both of them here, and I actually noticed today that if you look here, right in there, how those scales that I was talking about last vlog, they've spread out a bit more. So it can be due to a few things, and that could be because she's sitting right here, but I would put my money on the fact that there's eggs in there. So happy days, happy breeding season. At least I get some eggs that I know of. And I got these guys from Dean, obviously, and it was funny how it came about that I just wanted to breed something a bit different. I was never much of a Woma fan. When it came to pythons, I thought they sort of look like a black-headed python, but just not as extravagant. It's like they've just taken the black out and that's pretty much it, done. But they started to grow on me a bit, and when I started breeding them, it got more and more fascinating, and some of the species and localities that you can get, they look outstanding. Like mine are just a typical, I believe, topaz Womas, and they look great. They're a standard Woma, and they do very, very well. And of course, sometimes they have that bit of aggressive side, which I like from the Aspidites species. So I don't want to babble on too much about it, but obviously not feeding them, so we'll get on to the next snake. So I'm thinking we stick with the Aspidites for now and go ahead and talk about the Womas that I produced for the first time last season. So we have, this is one of the Womas, and it's getting pretty big. If you look back at the vlogs that I've done, like if I can get out, look how big this gorgeous little thing is. And these guys are actually quite placid. Compared to, with the other one, it still obviously isn't eating, so I've got to do a lot more of an assist feed. But this guy, I actually used in a piece for Big Review TV, which unfortunately they didn't use, but I actually held him out and fed him exactly like this. If he gets a scent of this, you're not going to. I'm not going to give it this time. Come over here. There we go. And I did the exact same thing, and they caught that on film, and just he sat in my hand and ate the whole pinky, which I thought was pretty cool. It's sort of like a, I'm not afraid of snakes. I love snakes. They're my passion. And to be able to do something like this, and they actually get really, really tight whenever you touch any part of their body when they're at food mode, they just get on, constrict, they've got that food item, that's it. So I'll put him away because I don't like disturbing them too much when they're eating. But when they get that food response, it's just bang, straight, grab it, that's it, game over. Those curved teeth get into that prey item, no escape from that, unless obviously you rip back and that tears the prey item to shreds. So it's pretty cool to see that up close, and I'm glad I got to show that. And here of course is Parkinson, and I got him, I actually won him in a competition from Rob Sullivan, and that was one of the last black-headed pythons that he had actually hatched for that season. And all I had to do was tell him how much I love blackheads, what I was going to do with him, and of course, what my plans were for the future with reptiles. And my answer, plain and simple, was that I do have a great passion for reptiles, and I plan on writing a few books, which I have in the works, which is a very, very long process. Obviously, writing books, you want to make sure that you've got the right information and the general knowledge to push it out and help people understand what you're trying to say. But with this guy here, as you can see, he's very, very inquisitive, because right over here, right next to his enclosure in that tub, that's where the rats are. So he senses that, and he's been going ever since I started filming. So I'll feed him now as he's getting ready to go. So let's do a bit of a feed with Parkinson. So Parkinson is on large rats. Now, he can be on bigger rats, of course, but this seems to be the best. Oh, see, he's gotten that. Over here, mate. Over here. Over here. Look at him go. There's where that is. Here, mate. Here. You can feel it. You can feel that. You can see how much that he's looking for that rat. Yeah, mate, over here. He's got that. There we go, mate. He's gone all the way down here. He's got it pretty good. And now, you're gonna have to curl up. Come on, mate. Here we go, come on. There we go. He's curling around me. Now he's got me. I just don't want him. I might put him down. And I tell you what, when they've got their... He's got me pretty tight, but that's alright because he's got the rat. But he is a strong boy for what he is. And he's not letting go of that. No way is he getting rid of that. But you got to be mindful at the same time. There you go, there's that curl. Now the biggest question is how... Come on, mate. Get him back in here. Come on, mate. It might be a tong job. There we go. Get him back. Now, sometimes filming and doing that at the same time is a bit harder than what you think it is. And how was that for a bit of excitement for you? So normally he just comes out, grabs it and takes it back in, but he decided to want it to go on the ground. And black-headed pythons, sometimes they release that prey item and they can come back and take you as the prey item. So I've had a track record of not being bitten for a very, very long time, and I would like to keep it that way. So I take certain precautions, as like how I did there, and that was very slow, making sure that he was comfortable and I was out of the firing range. But let's get on to the next snake. So here, of course, we have Maggie, our axanthic black-headed python, and we actually got her from Dean as well, which we got the womas from. And I've always wanted a axanthic black-headed python for as long as I'd seen them for. And as soon as I saw that she was available and it was a good price, I snatched her up because she is such a sweetheart, especially when it's food time. But she's a great feeder, great handler, and I used her for a lot of promo stuff, which is great. So if you're ever in the market for an axanthic black-headed python, definitely get one because it is so worth it. This here is Buddy, our diamond python, and we've had him since we first started out in the reptile keeping hobby, and he is such a sweetheart. He's a bit picky with food at times, and I think that's generally because he's so used to being a snake in cooler climates. So it's strange seeing him refuse food from especially a carpet python, but easy as that. I've got to check on him though, as sometimes he accepts the rat and then leaves it, which can be quite annoying at times, but he is a great facilitator for us, and I can't wait until we get this garage set up the way that we need to, where we can have some great enclosures and have him as a display animal. So this is Rose, our coastal jaguar carpet python, and it's funny because you always got one snake that seems to want to eat a lot bigger than what she's supposed to, and this is definitely the case with her, that she loves eating bigger sized meals, and that's a large rat there, and she'll devour any sort of meal you put in front of her because she's just that much of a pig. That's what I love about the coastal carpets, as they tend to have bigger eyes in their stomachs at times, but as long as you've got the correct heat and they're able to digest it, it's completely fine. Alright everyone, well I hope you enjoyed the snake feeding and a little bit of a description on our collection that we have. I didn't want to take it too in depth, as it can drag the vlog out for a very, very long time, so we might even do maybe parts, and I'll do a highlight on a black-headed python and so forth for the next few vlogs. If you're interested in that, drop a comment down below and let me know. Give us a like if you like the video, of course. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. Hope you're having a fantastic week, and don't forget, I'll be back here on Thursday to show you some more cool stuff. Until then, I'll see you on Thursday.